Animal Kingdom is sometimes referred to as a half-day park. But the truth is, there's so many things to explore. I'm gonna show you 5 things that most families skip, and we're gonna see if we can extend our day at Animal Kingdom.
At Animal Kingdom, if you only ride the rides, see a few animals, take a picture with the Tree of Life, and have a snack, yeah, it's a half-day park. But I bet you that this list that I'm about to share has a few things on it that you and your family skipped on your last trip. Let's get right into number 1, which is the Tree of Life Gardens.
Most people have no idea that you can get an up-close look at the Tree of Life, but you have to know where to go. Come on.
Now, you may or may not know that there are trails all the way around the Tree of Life. You can see the animal carvings up close and personal and get the absolute best pictures. And the great thing is the trails are almost always empty because not a lot of people know about them. This is not something that you have to queue up for. There's never going to be a line for it. So take advantage. There's not that many spots where you can go and not be in a crowd, but this is one of them. And in addition to the animal carvings that you'll have fun pointing out, there's also caves, waterfalls, and wildlife.
One of the things that you might be surprised to know is that you can actually find a very special character here on these trails. We're in line to meet Pocahontas, and this is the only Disney park where you can meet her at. Yes, you can see her in a cavalcade parade at Magic Kingdom, but you cannot meet her anywhere but here.
Moving on to our next item, the Nomad Lounge. If you haven't heard of it, I'm not surprised. It's sort of Disney's best kept secret. You do need a reservation to dine at the Nomad Lounge. However, there is a walk-up list that you can join, and that's exactly what we did. We got extra lucky because the wait was only 10 minutes, and after even just 5, they called our names. There's indoor and outdoor seating. Both are awesome. I think out of the 2, I prefer the outdoor, but this was the spot that they had for us, and we weren't gonna say no. Again, we only waited 5 minutes. Their menu mainly consists of very fun, very themed cocktails, as well as a few small bites. I had the churros the last time I was here, and they are absolutely 10 out of 10. The best churros that you'll find at Disney World, I'm gonna say. But today we got a drink that we had never gotten before. It was quite strong and definitely took me a few sips to get used to, but I did like it and I did finish it. And then for our snack, we got the chicken skewers. We've got a curry marinade, peanut sauce, and cilantro, and they are absolutely delicious. And now that we've had a bite to eat, it is time to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. This is something that I hear that a lot of families skip. I don't know whether they skip it on purpose or they miss it, but there is a whole nother world past this point, and I don't think a lot of people know about it. You actually have to take a train to get to Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's actually the only way that you can get to and from it, and it is a fairly short ride. It's about 5 minutes each way.
Science News. Also, be sure to check out the Animation Experience at Conservation Station, where you can learn to draw your favorite Disney characters inspired by live animals for 1 hour animators.
So the question is, what can you actually do over here at Rafiki's Planet Watch? Well, a lot. When you get off the train, you're gonna have about a 4 or 5 minute walk all the way to this building. It's really quite beautiful when you get inside, and there are things to do inside that you would never know about if you didn't take that train. One of the things that you can do over here is called the Animation Experience. Disney has an actual animator that will take you through step by step and have you draw one of their characters. And if you're not a good drawer, that's okay, because they literally go step by step. Every line that you make, they go through it. So I've seen children walk out of here with absolute masterpieces, and it's so fun. It takes about, I would say, 25-ish minutes to get through a character, and they do have their times posted here as well as on the app, so you're gonna wanna time it just right. Another thing that you can do in this building is meet Timon. Sometimes he's outside, Sometimes he's inside. Today was hot, he was inside. They also have a petting zoo that you can enter and you can pet their goats. They're very friendly and there's a cast member nearby and it's just a fun experience. And again, it's really never busy. Something else that you can do at Rafiki's Planet Watch, it's not all the time, but they have live veterinarians. Today we got to see a snake who needed some x-rays, but sometimes they have actual surgeries right there on the bed and it's absolutely wild. Moving on to our fourth activity, we are going to go past Everest and we are going to head to the Finding Nemo show. Now, I feel like a lot of people talk about the other show here, which is The Lion King. And yes, it's amazing, but the Finding Nemo show is definitely underrated. First of all, it's in the AC, so I definitely recommend that you watch this later in the afternoon. They've got showings almost every hour, and we caught the 2:30 show. And it's like a mini Broadway musical. It tells the entire Finding Nemo story in about 25 minutes. And so it's a great place to cool off, catch a show, and see some wonderfully talented cast members. Let me show you a little bit.
Can you show me 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney?
Guys, I can't believe it, but we've made it to the final thing on my list. We are heading to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. Now, again, if you've never heard of this, not surprised, it gets skipped often, but let's make sure you don't skip it on your next trip. This is something that you don't have to wait in line for. It's never really busy, and you get to walk and explore and see animals at your own pace. When you think of a traditional zoo where you walk around and see animals, that's kind of what this part is. And you learn so much on this exploration. Everywhere you look, it's packed with facts and info about the animal at hand. Whether you like snakes, birds, fish, gorillas, monkeys, you're gonna see it here. Because it's a walking trail, you kind of set the pace. You can spend as much time or as little time in each section as you want. And they also have cast members who are very knowledgeable there to answer any questions that may come up. It's very likely that when you go to Animal Kingdom, you are gonna ride the safari. It's one of the most popular rides and everyone talks about it, and that's where you can see all the animals. But what you might not know is you can see these same animals on Gorilla Falls Trail. You just see them in a different way, you see them in a different angle, and in some cases you see them much closer than you would have on that safari. And guys, that's my list. You'll be happy to know that we added 4 hours by doing these 5 things to our Animal Kingdom day. So when you add 4 hours into everything else that you have to do with the rides, I don't know if you could call it a half-day park anymore.
Thank you guys so much for following along today. Hopefully on your next trip, you're able to do one or more of the things that we showed you and you're able to make your Animal Kingdom day last a little bit longer. Until next time.